Hello and welcome back to the Gloomhaven Solo Deadly Challenge. Today is going to be the Soothsinger on Lost Island. So just getting into the cards real quick, the Soothsinger has songs. Songs are persistent effects that you play, and then their effect lasts until you either play another song or you discard it for a rest. So my very first song is Power Ballad. All allies add +1 to each of their attacks, and then a move and a strengthen allies. Defensive Ditty, everybody gets a shield, and then the bottom is something within 2 range suffers no damage 1 time. Throne Voice is a triangle-shaped disarm pattern. Crippling Chorus has a stun on top, and then a move and disarm on bottom. Disorienting Dirge is another song. All enemies gain disadvantage on all attacks, and then the bottom is Curse and Bless. Melody and Harmony, I can have 2 songs active, and it's a move 3, attack 3, range 3. Mobilizing Measure is just a move 6 at 6 speed, very good. Provoking Terror is a triangle-shaped stun pattern, and then the bottom is an attack 4, range 4, push 3, and Booming Proclamation attacks everything within 2 range with a push of 2. So I have a lot of things that affect my allies, so we will just start from the bottom and go up. I have this Summon Falcon, so that I have 1 ally, Summon Power Core for a 2nd ally, Summon a Skeleton for a 3rd ally. A Star Earring just works as a stamina potion and a healing potion. A healing potion. A major stamina potion. Boots of Dashing for +3 movement. Tower Shield just to give myself shield 2 whenever I do eventually get hit. Balance Blade to make my auto attacks an attack 4 instead of an attack 2. Cloak of Pockets so that I can have those extra handheld items. And then the Pendant of Dark Packs so that I can get 2 of my summons back when they die. And then other than that, we have the Soothsinger's perk deck, and this is just an amazing perk deck. You get tons of rolling curses, which are always really nice, several rolling +1s, which can add up to a lot of damage, and then it's just ridiculous. You have no zeros, no negatives at all. You only have the curse. So there's only 1 card that you do not want to pull, but you have a stun, you have a disarm, you have wound, poison, muddle, you have everything you could ever want, and +4s. So this perk deck is fantastic, and the summons go off of the perk deck. So that is how I am going to be dealing damage. But I will not lie to you, this is basically an impossible challenge, and let's just see if I'm able to win or not. Alright, so let's get into it. So I just cut out the beginning where my ally, killed itself at 1 speed. So you missed the card selection, but it's not that big of a deal. I'm using Mobilizing Measure plus my boots to get all the way to the other side of the room, and then Booming Proclamation will give me a push 2 to push the Shaman into the trap. Shaman can be very fast. They can move at 8 and they can move at 9, but they can't beat 6. So there are a couple of reasons that I wanted over on this side of the room. First of all, I can kill that Shaman really easily. This is a kill all enemies scenario. But second of all, I want to bring my summons in close to this door. That will make it much faster for them to get to the second room, if any of them survive. So I summoned my Power Core before I summoned the Falcon, because the Falcon is flying, which means that if he can stand on top of obstacles to attack. So I want him to go last out of all of my summons, so that he has more squares that he can attack from, so that they don't clog the way for each other as much. Unfortunately, I didn't bring my skeleton in just because I didn't want this stupid elite firmling to hit him with an attack. So the main story of the game here is to keep these summons alive. I do not want these summons to get hit, and you can see, oh man, they have some amazing attack modifiers in this Soothsinger deck. So this guy has 4 health. I have an attack for 3, which means I will kill him with any attack because I have no zeros. The only thing I need to do is not miss, and I did not miss. So I moved my Soothsinger up into a position so that I will be the focus of the enemies. They prioritize my summons over me if we are the same bird's eye distance, but bird's eye is the second check that they go for. So this Vermling targets me, and then that means that the non-elite targets one of my summons. And I was able to get my Disorienting Barrage up, so I was comfortable with him taking 1 hit. Now, fortunately, the bear hasn't moved on either of the previous 2 turns, which means that on this 3rd turn he is moving, but he isn't going to be able to get in range. My summons just start putting in absolute work. They've got 2 kills now so far. And so now that I've counted the squares, yeah, I'm counting the hexes right now, and I can see that the bear actually isn't going to be able to get in and do anything to me, so I can just take the time to lay in an attack right here onto this guy, gets a +3, and then my Balanced Blade makes it 7 damage overall. And then this is the only one I need to disarm because that 92 speed card, these Vermlings are not moving, they are just attacking melee. So that is turn 2 of my summons being on the field and none of them taking any damage. And we're already right next to that door, so none of them have to move very far to get there. The Soothsinger deck is really interesting because it has a bunch of really fast cards and a bunch of really slow cards. For the most part, all of your songs are really fast cards. And then your good effects where you can disarm everything or you can stun everything, those are really slow. And almost all of my attacks are really slow. So I basically need to go first every turn. The Soothsinger's deck has so many amazing things like Immobilize, Disarm, and Stun, and Muddle even. All of those are so good that I want to be going first because my odds with all of the attacks my summons are launching, my odds of stunning or disarming or immobilizing something are pretty good. And I have a very good chance of it dealing no damage as long as I go first. So, with that in mind, even though this looks like I'm in a pretty good position and I could just long rest here, I need to go faster than the monsters. Because I do not want to lose any summons, not this early. This is a 4-room scenario, and it is kill all enemies. So I do not want any summons going down. So this is an example of my Falcon being able to stand on top of a tree. And since this bear was still stunned, he went faster than me on the previous turn. So he was still stunned here, so I was safe to just go ahead and get an attack. I do not want to push him here, because if I did, that would just put my Falcon further away from the door in this second room. And then my Skeleton got a disarm on his attack on his Vermling, so I didn't have to worry about stunning him. So I could have long rested here, maybe. Well, my Falcon definitely would have died, because those bears wound with every attack. So it's definitely better to short rest and just go faster than them. Super overkill. And on the Falcon, very nice damage. So as long as the Skeleton doesn't miss, and he doesn't, that is another kill. And so I am free to go ahead and open up this next room. So it's very dangerous for me to open up a room with any of my summons nearby. So it's very nice that they've backed off a little bit, and I'm able to go ahead and pull these guys forward. So since I can disarm these two, it means that they are going to plug up this doorway, and I'm only going to get hit one time with my relatively tanky build. And because of all of the rolling curses and the +2 curse cards, five of the cards in my Soothsinger deck have curse applied to them. So I have put a ton of curses in their deck already, and you can see already here's 2 more. We don't get a third, but just 2. And then this push is fantastic because it allows me to get these guys down here into a triangle pattern. And triangle pattern is exactly what you want to see with the Soothsinger because of that triangle disarm and the triangle stun. So I don't need to worry about these guys in the triangle, which means I just need to take care of the one guy who is outside, get a wound on him, and then this is their 92 speed card, so they are not moving, which is absolutely fantastic for me. Now my summons are able to get close. They can't get there all the way, unfortunately, but I have a stun for these guys, and I will just position myself so that I will be the focus of the one Vermling who's left. And I also want to be in a place where once I have everything killed, I can command my summons to walk towards me, and they will be getting closer to the door. So I went ahead and used my Star Earrings just so that I could get fast cards back, because I want to basically leave this triangle permanently stunned. Good attack modifiers drawn. Unfortunately, Skeleton can't quite get in there, but this is where the bottom of defensive Ditty comes in. It's kind of funny because I don't ever bring defensive Ditty when I normally play the Soothsinger. The top, a shield for 1, is just, it's okay, but it's not fantastic. But this bottom of preventing all damage, it turns out my steel construct would have survived anyway, but it's just really nice to know that you can prevent all of the damage they will be taking. So I'm just counting my cards here to figure out if I need to discard my Disorienting Dirge before I take a rest. Melody and Harmony is a rough card to lose. That move 3, attack 3 is really useful because you can always draw a stun or a +4. It can end up dealing big damage even though it's just an attack for 3. And then it's a really good way to open doors into new rooms. But it's not one of my fast cards. I think it's most important that I keep my fast card. There's finally a miss. And then an attack into a guy who is going to die to wound anyway. But I still have my triangle stun, so no big deal. I think that's 3 turns in a row I've played it. I played it, and then I used a potion, and then I rested. So the Soothsinger is quite OP with some of these cards. Definitely an S tier class. But it does suffer significantly when it comes to stamina. It is just a 9 card hand size, so it is very easy for me to lose on stamina. That is the way I've failed most of the times I have failed this scenario. This was not my first attempt, and this was not the first scenario that I tried, and definitely not the first build. I experimented with a ton of different things. I tried using a Cloak of Phasing. I tried a Cloak of Invisibility. I tried going full offense and just trying to burst things with power potions, and nothing was quite working until I went for a bit of a slower, tankier build. And this tanky build ended up working really well for me. So that is the second room cleared, and still only one of my summons has been hit one time. I'm able to run into this final room, and the 35 speed card, I think it's the first time we have seen it in this scenario, which is kind of crazy. It is one of their 2 shuffle cards, so these Vermlings they always have a chance of pulling this card every turn. But the 35 speed card, all they do is move and loot, so I will not be taking any damage from them, and I was able to disarm this Shaman with the bottom of Crippling Chorus, and so I don't have to worry about an attack from him either. So this is another turn where I will be taking no damage. It does hurt to see all that gold picked up. And so, just like I was saying, this 35 speed card is their shuffle card, so they go for it again. I had Disorienting Dirge up, so I was able to get a curse pulled there, but then I dropped Disorienting Dirge down so that I will have an odd number of cards, meaning after I discard one, I'm on even, which is you have to play 2 cards every turn, so you want an even number of cards. So this is their 92 speed card, which is the other shuffle, so they always have a chance of pulling this one. They can only attack anything that is melee to them. So luckily, my 2 summons are going to kill the one who is melee with them. Skeleton's going to get close, but not quite up into here. And so I'm not really risking much of anything because both of these guys will just be targeting me. Well, then the Vermling won't be able to move. The Shaman will be targeting me because I'm closest, and so I am free to go ahead and just attack and hopefully get a wound or something useful, and I get a stun and a disarm, so 1 fewer attacks coming into the Soothsinger, but I am full health, I have my shield up, and I still have my super healing potion, so I would not mind being attacked. Also, the fact that this guy was disarmed meant that he walked forward, and so now my summons are going to have to deal with a 5 shield enemy, and because he is closest, all of them will see him as his focus. So this is a little bit iffy. A +3 makes me deal 1 damage from my Steel Construct, +2 and I deal 0 damage, but I do get the wound, which is very good to see. But I don't really mind this positioning, so I decided to go ahead and stun both these enemies, keep them locked in here, and then I am going to super lock in this Shaman. I guess he technically could escape, but I'm not going to let that happen. Only 2 cards left, so my turn for this, the cards I'm picking for this turn are pretty easy. +4 gives me some nice damage. Are they going to be able to kill? There's a miss. And rolling. Does it ever end? And even with 3 rolling +1s, it's no damage. So this 23 speed card, this Shaman is healing, which means he is going to heal the wound off of himself, and he's going to go up to 7 health, which is very annoying. But it means I don't need to disarm him. And so I decided to go ahead and throw in 2 more curses, although given how many rolling curses I just got, they're probably full of curses. But I get to bless all 3 of my summons, which gives me tons of blesses in the deck. And then with my attack 4, I pull one of those blesses. And so that takes him down to 1 health, and the wound kills. I'm very happy with that strategy because when the round started, I was planning on playing my cards in reverse order, but it worked out really well the way I did it. So he was able to get an attack into my Falcon, but Falcon tanked it like a champ. I did have defensive Diddy up, and they did have 10 curses in the deck, so pretty good odds for my guy to not really take any damage. Super unfortunate that none of my summons will be able to go on this turn where I'm opening the door. But once again, the Vermling is just doing his loot card, and then the Shaman has the heal card. And so I'm just going to prevent this bear from moving up and hitting me and wounding me. Also, since the bear is slower than these other enemies, they're actually going to plug up this doorway, and the bear won't see any way through, and so he's just going to stand still at the back. Now right here, I do not want to go fast. This is the first turn in the scenario where I don't want to go fast. I really wanted this Shaman to go faster than me, because unless he drew his heal card, that meant he would be backing up, and now all of my summons can actually see a focus. When that door was plugged, the bear couldn't see a focus, but neither could 2 of my summons. The Falcon can, since he can just fly over everything. Shaman disarmed me, which is annoying. I was planning on attacking everything this turn and doing some double attacks, and you can see my stamina is very sketchy. I will have to rest this upcoming turn, and then I will only have 4 cards. So I'm very close. Here I am considering using my Pendant of Dark Pacts to get back my stamina potion. Since none of my summons have died, I don't really need to Pendant of Dark Pacts them to get them back. But I knew that the bear was stunned from my previous turn, so it was safe for me to go for a long rest here. And nice, rolling +1 into crit. Falcon is going to just barely not kill. I don't see how the skeleton sees a focus there, since he only has 2 movement, but he does, so I'm not going to question the game. I'm fine with him moving up. I tossed out Throne Voice. This way I have 2 fast cards and 2 slow cards. And things are looking up. Defensive Diddy will keep one of my summons safe. So we get the first kill. Now this Shaman is non-elite, so he has 2 less shield. So he's far less frightening than the Shaman in the previous room. Might as well just go for a Booming Proclamation to get some damage. And then I can prevent my Falcon from taking any damage from the Shaman here. And I had my tower shield up, so I would have survived a crit there from that bear. But what I did not account for was him going faster than 14 on this turn. And so I needed a 0 or better there for me to survive. And really nice +2 wound. So I did survive the attack from that bear. Even if I had had to discard 2 cards, I still would have won this scenario, because these would have been my final 2 cards, but I would have been able to Pendant of Dark Pacts back my stamina potion, and I would have had 3 turns left of stamina overall. And I still had my super healing potion, so I probably should have just used that a turn sooner. But only 3 health left on this final bear. All 3 of my summons managed to survive the whole time. I don't know. I guess I just really wanted to use my items here. I could have just long rested, and I still would have won. Oh, got to get the miss in there for good measure. But there we go. That is a scenario on Deadly Difficulty soloed by the Soothsinger. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and if you have any characters or scenarios you want to see, just leave it down in the comments, and I will get to it. Have a good one, guys. Thank you.